Welcome back to AAMC. My name's Patrick, and this is part 3 of the Artisan Lathe restoration. Well, on today's episode of AAMC and the restoration of this lathe, we are going to redo the tailstock. And by redo it, I mean pull it apart, clean it, and paint it. And I've already kind of polished on the last video on some of these parts here. So what we're going to do, I've already got a little bit excited with it. I was going to go with green or maroon on paint, and decided against it. And I seen this brown and I was like, you know, I don't have a thing in my shop that's brown. I was like, let's paint it brown. So I got a little bit over rambunctious here and cleaned a few parts off camera, and decided to paint it, and I think it's going to come out really sharp. And I'll show you another handle I did. That's going to come out really nice. And I still gotta wipe a little bit of paint there, you know, little stuff. But this thing's going to clean up really nice. And I was kind of skeptical about brown, and I'm really happy I went with it. It's gonna be different. Of course, we'll probably add some pinstriping too, just because we can, and all that, because it just makes it look good. Put some old school style striping on it. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this off, take it apart, and then we're just going to go piece by piece. I was going to put it back together and try it. I ain't going to worry about it. This lathe's still really pretty good shape for as old as it is. And I did some research on it. So what's kind of interesting, I thought it was supposed to have an idler for here, for this belt set up that runs down to this shaft. It doesn't. What it's supposed to be just a slip fit. I've seen another one online. I think it's been added to it. So I don't know if I'm going to add that back. I'm just going to make the right flat belt. We'll try it, see what it does, go from there. But so give me just a few minutes here and we'll come back and pull this off. So this should be pretty simple what we're going to do. I'll move this out the way, and we're just going to slide it back. The only thing I got to do is, it's already loose. Most all the bolts in this are still fairly loose. This will just pop out because I pulled the handle. Like I said the other day, I got a little bit over rambunctious, and I didn't have my camera, and I was like, well, I'll just paint a couple parts and see what it looks like. Well, my paint a couple parts turned into a few extras. So but you all see what color it's going to be. Like I said, I wasn't too sure about brown, but I think it's going to be really cool looking when it's done. I'm kind of excited for it. Something I like, different colors instead of just, I could have painted this gray, green, black, but I just think the brown will be a little bit different. And of course I'll power paint the motor black, maybe do some different little things. But anyway, so what we're going to do is pull this off. Snugged up on me. Let's see here. Kind of already cleaned the wrench in the last video, pretty decent. So, okay. All right. There we have it. So I've got to clean. I'm going to take where this is wood. I'm going to take and strip this paint off Just clean it, put it back on. That's the clutch disc for the machine. I've got the screws out of it as well. We're going to clean these and clear coat. They'll look nice. Little stuff like this. This goes in the handle that works the carriage back and forth on the machine. And what we're going to do is just clear coat stuff like that, and it'll look real nice. You know, a lot of people, you know, you see this stuff on YouTube, you're watching, you're like, oh, that went pretty fast. And reality, sometimes it don't. Sometimes it takes weeks what you're doing. But it's just been a couple days worth of work, and like I said, we'll clean this up. Pull this out. Looks pretty good. Yeah. Need to get my little headset thing. I keep forgetting that too. For my to wear on my head where y'all can see eye view. But I guess this works too. Clean it all up, and we'll pull this. I'm not really going to pull this all through because it works. I mean, it is just smooth. It's very nice, very smooth thread. I'm not even going to worry about that. We'll clean that last. We're just going to focus on pulling. And I decided, instead of trying to like sand stuff like this, I have access to a blast cabinet, so I'm probably going to blast all the small parts. Like I said, the big stuff like the legs and the bed, I'm probably just going to wire brush and clean it, because this is an oil-based enamel paint, and it works. It coats really nice, and it smooths out. It looks good. I'm really satisfied with it. But we're going to go ahead and pull. Let's see, I need a handy dandy pocket crescent wrench, y'all. We got bigger crescent wrenches here, but you know, most of these bolts have been coming out of this thing hand tight. Which of course these are just adjusters for your tailstock to be able to like put taper in a piece of metal, be able to put like a taper into a piece of metal or whatever you're trying to do. So we'll pull all these out, clean these, and these will just be bare steel and clear coat. These won't be paint. This will be painted, everything on here except like maybe the nut, the washer, these adjusters. So, but I'm really excited. I'm enjoying doing this project, and like I said, I got other projects, but I want to get my steam engine projects going here for long. But right now, this will be much more useful. Right now, it's a tool I need and can use. So, get this done, and we'll just go to the next one. Break that free. So here's kind of. I always worry about it if everybody can't see what I'm doing, which I forget this little GoPro camera works real good, and it allows you, it captures film on a wider angle. Switch fingers. These will be wired brushed. This will be all painted. Maybe take that out too. Let's see. What is that? Not really sure. Of course, we won't paint these surfaces. These need to be smoothed up. But I think this machine was green for sure originally, because I keep seeing it all over it. Not no more. Let's see, how does that come out? Now that we got that took apart, what I'm going to do, stuff this for paper towels. Try to keep some of the sand out of it. When I take it over the blasting cabinet, just kind of stuff that in there. It won't hurt if it got just a little bit on it. It'll clean right back up and be just fine. Now we'll go on over to the blasting cabinet since we got that took apart and keep going. Okay, now that we got that done and painted, we'll let it just sit and dry. Now we're going to go over there and clean these up, and we're going to clean screws up, and then we'll even probably clean this while we're at it too. I'll scrub it a little bit, and then that'll be pretty much done. I need to do these as well, actually, so we'll just go ahead and do all this. This will be a lot of wire brushing and cleaning here. This will get painted, so I'm not worried about that. I should have blasted it and painted it too, which I guess I could have, but that's okay. I still got some more to do, so we'll go ahead and go clean this stuff up, and then I'm going to lay everything out on some cardboard, and we're going to go ahead and primer it, or not primer, clear coat it. Well, that's a bummer. This has been broke one time. Well, what I'm gonna have to do is braze it back together. It looks like, of course, you can tell as you see on this part here, it's been brazed once. So what I'll do is try to grind this out some and be able to put it back together. So we'll have to clean it up. I'm not gonna grind too much because it holds good. Boy, it'd be nice if I could just get that to suck back up in there, and hopefully we don't melt the other braze out. Looks like it's been broken before and they've had to machine it back down, repair it. So yeah, what we'll do is braze it. So I ran out of battery, and long story short, I had to grind some of it down. It is not the prettiest braze or fix, but it did hold, and I think it'll be good enough for now. If it does give me a problem in the future, I'm going to take and completely take this off, and I will make a whole new piece, and we will drill and mount a piece in, like drill and bolt in a piece. Anywho, it'll work. I think we beat on it and full with it there, and so I went ahead and got some primer on it, and didn't figure anybody would really want to watch that again, and pretty much had to get my batteries charged back up. So but we'll go over here to the next part. So I wanted to show what I did yesterday, come back in today and put it together, and I think it's going to look awful sharp. It's going to look really nice. It's nice and smooth, you know, no effort there. So I'm pretty excited. I really like that color. I'm glad I chose it. It looks good. It's nice and shiny, and I don't know, just it's a nice looking color. It looks really good. Like my fingerprints off there. So anywho, the next part and phase is pulling the carriage. So we'll go over there and check it out. Well, we're on to the next part. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take all this off, pull this, and see how it comes apart. And I need to go ahead and I want to paint some more parts. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get this thing prepped. It won't take very much to get it right. And then of course we'll do all that. I'm going to pull this cover off, this cover potentially. I'm gonna go ahead and get this done, and we're gonna go ahead and move y'all around here and go ahead and get this pulled, took apart, and just go from there. Like I said, I'd like to pull the other couple covers off. My big thing I want to do with this is actually take all this and degrease all down in here and in here. I'm not going to completely disassemble it. I just want to get it all washed out and cleaned up and get all the gunk and sludge out of there. So anywho, we're going to come back around here and we're going to go down right here and start taking it apart. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and pull this. I get there. All right. simple. Let's see. So I had to separate that. Watch how that moves. That's what the lead screw runs through, and then now this should just move back. Yep. Okay. Of course, it's kind of sticky where everything's not so in line here. Go. Okay. And don't do that. Loosen this up. Much better. Don't have to take the whole lead screw out this time. Uh-oh. We're stuck. Yeah, poop. Okay, well, I gotta take that apart. Okay, that's easy. So there's two bolts up in here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there's two there. There's an adjuster shim there, I just loosened the two bolts down here. So instead of taking these loose because the motor was in the way. So we'll pop those out. We'll have it off. There's an adjuster under here also. See up there's the problem. What was that? Oh. What was that? Something else fell out. Oh, I bet. Oh, that was the other. That's what fell out earlier, one of them. Alright. There's that. Now it's off. A little dowel pin that lines up. This should just pop right off. There we have it. Now that's off. Now we got a thing full of parts. Well, let's wipe them down, clean off the junk, and take them to the blast cabinet. We'll be back. So I'd just like to say, I was taking this apart, and so this is the piece where your tool post goes on. Okay, open. This was in it. It's like a great big old piece of felt, like wadding. I don't really know what that is. It looks like felt almost, or it's not Scotch-Brite, but I don't know what that is. But anyway, I just wanted to show that before I start cleaning. There ain't too much exciting stuff other than I was like, what was that for? I got to pull this out too before I start cleaning. We'll get that pulled. We'll just wire brush this. All these little parts here on this, we'll wire brush that stuff. Rest of it will just get cleaned and painted. This will get cleaned. It won't be painted, of course. It'll be a smooth surface, and of course these will be too. I'll get them cleaned up, wiped down, taped off. There we go. Anything that's going to be cleaned. All that'll get cleaned. The rest of these are getting blasted. Of course, I'm not going to blast these surfaces, but you get my gist. This, when I'm taking off here, it's kind of neat. On these lathes, what I found out, there's a little piece of cast sticks out over there, and what that's made for, where this is a gap bed lathe, it is made to swing a bigger part with a faceplate on it. Well, the way it works, you adjust this thing, and what it does, it drops down. You can adjust this kind of up or down, but this actually helps steady the whole carriage itself assembly. So it actually, the closer you get, that way you can, use the gap bed. You can get up real close to the part. We're going to shine this piece up. Guess not. Maybe it don't come out. Well, looks like that one's getting painted. I'm not going to worry about it, because it really doesn't do too much. Let's see here. Ouch. And it's supposed to. I don't know why it's not wanting to, but it's supposed to. Huh. Yeah. Maybe threads. I thought it was supposed to just kind of adjust down, but I guess it makes sense. Yeah, I think it threads down. It's just stuck. I I thought it just kind of slipped down through there and you just kind of snugged it, but I guess not. Well, that's really tight. Help I beat and banged on it a little bit there. Okay, now it's working. That's going in the polish category. Wow, that was in there. Of course, dummy me kind of pecked on it with a hammer. Ugh. There we go. Okay, it threads in there. So what I'll do is I'll clean all that up too. I'll polish that part. Well, I changed my mind just for a second here. I was going to go do the blasting, but I decided I wanted to go ahead and take this and blast it and get it ready to paint too. I'm going to do one big batch of parts. Like I said, if I don't get to this today, I'm not worried about it. But figured I was like, well, I'll just go ahead and pull this apart real quick because we can look at the gears and see what that looks like. There we have it. There's the inner cover. Pretty neat. Pretty simple too. Like I said, everything's real tight in this thing. Everything looks good, so about the only thing I'm going to do to the guts, well, besides, you know, it's like mouse was storing something in it. But the only thing I'm going to do as far as that goes is just really degrease all this. I'm not going to take all this apart, I don't think. I don't feel the need to. I'm just going to clean it and not worry too much about that because I don't feel like there's a, like I said, there's a real need to really take all that apart. Everything looks good, feels good. So yeah, we're just going to paint the outers. We'll just, because this here I'm not going to worry about painting it too much. I'm just going to, like I said, wipe it down, clean it. We'll probably take and clean all this, you know, surface rust, wipe it down, because it's going to get greasy in here as I oil it and everything else. So we'll just clean it up. So, all right, let's move on. Let's pull something else off. You know what? Just heck with it. We're going to pull this cover. We're going to see about pulling this cover too. Here we go. Okay, well that's pretty neat. Found a few, found the way this thing's built. Got an oil hole there to clean out. All this is going to need cleaned real good. Shoot on this far. You know what, I'm not going to fool with all that today. I'm going to wait and I'll probably take the head off this thing. If I'm going to do it, I might as well do it right. We'll just get into it and it'll be one whack and be done. So this needs to be separated anyway where I can paint everything proper too. And I need to take the lead screw out, clean that. So I think that cover and what parts I got today will be good enough, because I'm not going to spend all evening this evening. It's getting kind of late. Not terrible, but like I said, it's kind of neat the way the inner workings work here. Pretty dirt simple. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to take none of this off, but I will separate this main body. That'll make it a lot easier to take outside, or take it and clean it. And I can wipe it all down real nice and polish that too. That's brass. Check that out. That'll look good. So yeah, we'll polish that stuff and do all that. So I need to figure out how this goes on there too. That probably have to take this cover off right here. Two little bevel gears in there. What we got is the gears out of this, which I don't think we're going to paint these. We're just going to clean these real nice and leave them alone, because you ain't going to really see them. We won't worry about them too bad. Kind of neat how they did that. Like a bushing here fits in there. Like I said, we're just going to wipe all this down and clean it, wire it. Nice pretty brass gear. So we'll clean all that up real good, wipe it down. It ain't gonna much matter anyway. Like this stuff here, we'll just clean it with a wire brush, and we won't worry too much about it, because it's gonna get oil back on anyway. I will keep it lubricated. Well, I'm gonna end the video here. We've all seen me paint and primer, and I'm sure that's probably not the most exciting thing. Again, thank you all for watching my channel. I really appreciate everybody taking the time and liking, subscribing, supporting the channel. If you're new to the channel, hit like, subscribe. Doesn't cost a thing. And also click that notification button as well if you're new or on the channel. That way you get my latest and greatest videos. I try to do my best on making content and showing what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. When I make a video, I try to not make it so, I don't want to keep sitting like y'all keep watching me doing repetitive stuff, like me taping off and painting and stuff. And then, you know, if y'all want to see that, I'll show it, not a problem. But like I said, I just want to I'd like to go to the more exciting stuff. You know, this particular project, what I'm doing, this ain't like a will it start video, or oh, let's see if we can get it to run, or putting it back on the road. You know, that's not as exciting. But this is still exciting. This is making a really old machine come back to life and give it purpose and work it again. And you know, I love doing this, and I just enjoy it. It's fun, and I'm looking really much forward to using this. But again, thanks everybody for watching, and until next time, y'all, keep saving some rust too while you're at it.